Hi everyone, it's Justine. On popular request, today I want to share my skincare process with you. You know that before working in fashion, I used to work in the cosmetics industry. I worked in product innovation for a major skincare company. So I tried many different products, and I also learned a lot about the way the skin works. In France, it's also a national sport and something that people really like to do, to try, experiment new products, test, switch, look at the texture, smell the products, etc. In France, we think that skincare is almost more important than makeup, because if your skin is doing great, then you barely need any makeup, and we are huge on the less is more thing. So my skincare routine is in fact a mix of what I know about the skin and skincare and my personal taste. Let's start. Number 1, in the morning. The very first thing I do when I get up is that I wash my hands and then my face. I start with warm water, not hot, to remove the sebum that my skin has produced during the night. There is dirt in the pores and I want it to get out. Then I dry my skin with a clean towel, which I use only for my face, and I swap it for a new one every couple of days. Then I do the same thing again, but with cold water. It's good to wake up the skin, activate the circulation and everything, and to close the pores, which I have just opened with warm water. This is basically a free pore minimizing trick. Then I tap with another corner of my clean towel. And that's all the cleansing I do in the morning. That's it. The skin is a very delicate ecosystem with its own balance, so I don't want to disrupt it by scrubbing or scratching too much on it. In winter, I apply directly after that an eye care. For sensitive skin, I use the one by La Roche-Posay. It's with thermal water, it's a French brand. It is a gel texture, so it's very fast absorbing, but it's also highly hydrating. And since my skin is typically Caucasian, it is quite thin, so this eye area really suffers in winter. It gets tight and uncomfortable. It really needs extra care, I think. Then I let that one here absorb and I go do something else, have breakfast, get dressed, etc. But then before I leave my house, I will always, every day of the year, apply a protecting day care onto my face, neck, and here on the top of the chest, because the skin here is as sensitive as here. I prefer one that's very nourishing, almost a bit greasy. I don't care. I prefer to protect my skin too much rather than not enough and then having to solve the damaged surface and the cracks that I get from the cold and from the wind. So better too much protection than too little. My basic cream is this one by Garnier with a sun protection factor of 15. SPF 15 is my absolute minimum, even if I'm not going in the sun at all. In summer in Europe, I'll go to SPF 30. If I travel to Southeast Asia during their summertime, I'll go to SPF 50. European standards, so very high demanding standard in terms of sun protection. But here in Germany where I live, in winter, the risk of burning is pretty close to zero. The risk of having sunlight is also pretty close to zero. So an SPF 15 here is fine. Interesting fact that I learned, Caucasian skin is thinner, so you're more likely to have visible blue veins here around the eye area and above the eyes. You're also more likely to have wrinkles earlier on, whereas Asian skin, for instance, is thicker, so people will on average get wrinkles later on. But in Asia, the sun is much stronger. It's more intense than in Europe. So Asian people tend to have dark spots with aging, which is why whitening products are so big in Asia, and you can barely find them in Western Europe. But so dark spots are actually burns, sunburns. I'm not saying you can't get dark spots in Europe. If you look here, I have one. This is the result of a childhood spent in too much sun in the south of France, so it is possible to get dark spots on any type of skin, but it's just more likely in Asia because the sun is so strong. So I don't want to get into more details, but I'm just saying, depending on where you travel, where you live, the type of climate, the humidity, and how hard the sun hits, you need to think of different products. Number 2. Then during the day, I try not to touch my face at all unless I have previously washed my hands. The least you touch your face, the happier and the cleaner it stays. Then people tend to forget hands. The skin on the hands is as sensitive and thin as the skin on your face. So it definitely needs protection too throughout the day. At the moment, I have Detox Smooth Hands on my desk, that's a tube, and I apply it really several times throughout the day. Then I always have a mini hand cream in my purse too. Neutrogena is great, it's really thick, it's really greasy. It's the concentrated version for dry hands and I love it. When I was working in cosmetics, I did some market research for new hand cream products for innovations in different countries, and the result of the study said in Russia, 80% of women, I think, said that they have dry hands versus about 30% in all the other countries. So I wondered why is that? Looking at the weather, if you spend the winter in northern Russia, where temperatures are all below freezing level, of course your hands are going to get dry, but it's not really how they are, it is the weather, it's not you. It's perfectly normal that hands get dry, they're just so thin and sensitive. Then on my body, I tend to use different products to hydrate my skin, and I switch between products to try new things all the time. I like Garnier Body Tonic Oil because it's not cold like a lotion when you apply it, and it really helps the skin. It's incredibly greasy. So I love it, but you just need a little while until it is absorbed. When it needs to go faster, because I want to put my clothes on sooner, then I use Eucerin Aquaporine Body Lotion, the regular lotion, for sensitive skin. It has no fragrance, so it doesn't fight with my perfume when I'm wearing perfume. And generally speaking, products without fragrance are much less likely to give you allergies. So if your skin is prone to reacting to products, pharmacy brands usually are fragrance-free and are a smart solution for you. Then in the evening, at the end of the day, I always cleanse my face completely, even if I haven't been wearing any makeup. It needs cleaning. The pores are clogged with everything that happened to you during the day. I use micellar water for dry and sensitive skin, although my skin is technically not dry or sensitive. It is normal. That product is very mild, it hydrates at the same time, and my skin has been liking it a lot. I'm on bottle number 4 or 5. I really like it. And when I travel, I take this one with me. It's also tested on sensitive skin, it's fragrance-free, and it's alcohol-free, so it is very gentle on the skin. Afterwards, I can apply again the eye care that I used in the morning if my skin is doing okay. But if it feels tired or dry, I will use directly a very rich, nourishing night care, Nivea Q10, and I apply it on the whole face, the neck, and the décolleté. I am a huge fan of anti-aging creams, even though I don't have wrinkles yet. They're just more nourishing, which I love, because when you get older, the skin gets drier. It's just physics, biology, it's human. So it's more nourishing. I think that's great. And anti-aging day cares are usually including UV filters, which is also a very important criteria for me to protect my skin. I started using anti-aging products at around 20. It's not embarrassing or taboo at all in France. We say it's easier to prevent and protect from damage rather than trying to fix the issues once they have appeared. And unless you live in a tropical or very humid climate where you are, your skin probably gets too little moisture. It's always like that. In all skin studies, you always find out people have drier skin than it should be because the weather is just too dry. So nourishing is great. And then extra care. From time to time, I also do masks whenever I feel that my skin needs it. I don't really do it on a regular schedule. This one is by a German brand. It's Intense Hydration in a gel formula. So you push the gel towards the powder, you mix it, shake it. It's fun. I like that one. I also like fleece masks. That's a format actually coming from Asia. It's very good also as a hydration boost. It's an impregnated layer of cotton. So you can take this one in your hand luggage. It's not considered a liquid, which is super practical when I'm traveling. Sometimes I do use clear up strips for the nose, the forehead and the chin, so basically the T-zone. I've tried many different brands. This is the best one in my opinion. Other brands are not even half as efficient in cleaning the pores, seriously. But after that, like after any peeling or scrubbing product or mask, your skin really needs extra moisture to get its balance back because such products are quite aggressive for the skin surface. Voila! This is my personal skincare routine, I have found that that mix of product works well for me. I will list all those products below in the description, have a look. I will also add further products that I have tried that I think work too for me, so that you guys have a bit more different options at different price ranges and everything. Here's what I think. There is no such thing as one brand that works perfectly for you. I think there are only single products that do what your skin needs at a given time. So it's important to keep experimenting, not just for me because I've worked in cosmetics and I just love to shop the cosmetic shelves, but cosmetics keep improving. So it's worth trying new products from time to time, or seeing when the climate changes, the season changes, you're traveling somewhere else, have a look, you might find a product that you like even more than the one that you've been using. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I upload new videos every Wednesday and every Sunday. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye.